Primary Healthcare Management Board concludes first phase of revitalization. Presentation of primary healthcare centers. Plus, federal government bans meter installation charges, threatens sanctions. Good afternoon and welcome to the news at 3. I am Catherine Agon. Rivers State is the treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv online. You can subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Details of the news. Rivers State government will continue to accord top priority to the provision of quality and affordable health care to residents and people of the state. Executive Secretary, Rivers State Primary Healthcare Management Board, Dr. Chitura Dili, made the comment while addressing newsmen to mark the end of first phase of revitalization and presentation of primary healthcare centers in 4 local government areas of the state. Melvin Jackson was there in our reports.
Which included campaigns for immunization and hygiene and health prevention were not being felt because there was really no facilities conducive for the people to be able to receive those activities that we're doing. So I felt it was imperative to try and get these facilities to a standard that will serve our people better. So we commenced on this program immediately, selecting several facilities from various LGAs as a start, and over a short few months we were able to complete 6 of them.
The Executive Secretary of the Primary Healthcare Management Board explained that about 6 months ago the board embarked on a familiarization tour of healthcare facilities in the state and discovered that many of them are in a deplorable condition and non-functional, and that is why the board deems it necessary to revitalize them for the health benefit of the people.
We recognize that a lot of the community has actually written off these places as if they did not exist. So we had to reintroduce them. And how did we do that? We coupled a 2-day free medical outreach in each of these 6 facilities that we have. So at the time of showcasing, we also provided this outreach where there will be free medical checkups, free immunization for the children, free medications, and in some cases we also were able to provide free preventive services like mammograms. So all of these were to tell the community that come and see what your healthcare facility looks like now and what we are able to provide for you.
Dr. Dele stated that after revitalization of the healthcare centers, modern healthcare equipment were installed for maternal and childbirth, mammogram, incubators, and other facilities that could be found in a Type 2 healthcare facility with solar-powered electricity, portable drinking water, and apartments for resident doctors and other staff to provide adequate health care for the people of the state.
These projects were designed for a total revitalization of these previously moribund facilities. So we had a comprehensive renovation of the facility, which included the physical structure, the roof, the windows, doors, all were rehabilitated. The grounds were modernized. The whole facility was completely turned around in each of these. In addition, we went ahead and purchased new beds, furniture, and we purchased new medical equipment in all the 6 facilities.
He further explained that government has opened its doors for public-private partnership, and few organizations are already owning some of the facilities, and appealed for more corporate organizations and public-spirited individuals to collaborate with the board to enhance the sustainability of the healthcare centers so that they don't go back to the state of neglect and abandonment. Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
Special Assistant to Governor Siminala Ifubara on Political Affairs, Dr. Darlington Orji, has assured that Rivers people are solidly behind Governor Ifubara and there is no cause for alarm. Dr. Orji gave the assurance after he featured on a live television program on Rivers State Television, Christian Stewardship. Correspondent Vincent Ako and got the rest of the story.
Dr. Darlington Orji, who made a call on the backdrop of the unwanted impeachment move against the state chief executive, noted with disappointment and condemnation that although it is an unnecessary distraction for Rivers people, it would be surmounted. He explained that while subsection 188 subsection 10 of the 1999 Constitution as amended do not allow the court to stop impeachment process, the Supreme Court held that parties can approach the court for clarification where the process is not transparent, especially in this circumstance where the governor is addressed as a woman. The special advisor further explained that a high court sitting in Oyibo responded to the Rivers State House of Assembly, pointing out that the impeachment process is at variance with provisions of the law, while stating that the political situation in the state has not in any way impacted on the economy and prevailing peace in the state.
The impeachment is a dramatized on arrival. As far as we are concerned, there is nothing to worry. This is the third time His Excellency has been served with this kind of process. You know that the assembly members are not acting on their own volition, and that is why they can wake up one morning and say they are reneging, withdrawing their signatories. You saw 4 of them that displayed, and the next day they say they are going back. It means that these are men that do not have mind of their own. And as far as we are concerned, this is a game of dynasty, trying to cajole and pocket every Rivers person's in one man's pocket, and I believe it will never come to pass, because we are not slaves. All of us are stakeholders in this state, and we have equal right. Rivers State, if Rivers State has blessed you, it is not for you to use it to intimidate the people of Rivers State. It's for you to attract more dividend of democracy to our people. So for us, we are not worried. Impeachment is lawful. Impeachment is a constitutional thing, but the processes is what we are challenging, and that's why we have gone to court. And thank God for His Lordship, the Chief Judge of Rivers State, who has just responded to Rivers State House of Assembly, calling the attention to the injunction that was given by His Lordship Febresima of the Federal High Court sitting in Oyibo.
Dr. Orji called on investors to come and invest in Rivers State, stressing that Rivers State remains the most peaceful and investor-friendly state in Nigeria. According to him, Rivers State is hospitable and the people are comfortable with the administrative pattern of the governor, urging the assembly members to embrace peace to enable the people enjoy more dividends of democracy.
So for us, it's a trial time. It's a fight between Rivers people and the assembly. Because if you watch what happened in the past 17 days, it was like nobody walked on the street of Rivers State today. But here we are. Time is the difference between truth and lies. And as far as we are concerned, His Excellency the Governor will surpass this period, and Rivers State will celebrate.
Vincent Ako, Rstv News.
Rivers State is the treasure base of a nation. Let's build and take it to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Up ahead on the news, violence by illegal gold miners in South Africa forces families to leave homes. And in sports, Adesanya open to fighting at White House. These and more after the break. Stay tuned.
Rstv, your source for authentic coverage. View us on YouTube Rstv Online, Facebook, and GoTV at channel 142.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Njebo community in Rivers State is demanding justice over the death of one of their members, Emmanuel Obasi, who died in cause of carrying out official duties at CCO Steel Limited, a private steel company. They made the demands during a peaceful protest across the streets of Port Harcourt. Namdi Olimini reports.
The protesters displayed placards beaming various inscriptions. Addressing newsmen, father of the deceased, Sunday Obasi, recanted that his son, Emmanuel, had returned to work after securing admission in the university. He, however, tragically lost his life while on official assignment. Since then, his employer, CCO Steel Limited, has neither visited the family nor paid any compensation, prompting the father of the deceased to appeal to the general manager of the company, Christian Ohakwe, to cover the burial expenses and pay some compensation.
The man is the only one that was bringing food in the house. What I want from them is to give me the compensation for a money. And there's no amount, even if you bring the whole money on it, it cannot bring my son back again. But I want them to compensate that place and bury him.
Ezendi Buruburu River State, His Majesty Eze Sam Wokolo, condemned the company's negligence, lack of safety measures, and the management's indifference. He urged the company to immediately pay compensation to the family of the deceased and gave a 7-day ultimatum. All legal action will be pursued.
Found that the management of the company has come out and we've spoken to them. They killed my son out of carelessness. So as a community, as a people, we are giving them 7 days to do the needful. Otherwise, this company will hear from us, from the people.
Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
Federal government has banned electricity distribution companies and installers from collecting any form of payment for meters, warning that DISCO officials and installers found extorting customers will be prosecuted. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu issued the warning during an on-site inspection of newly imported smart meters at APM terminals of Apapa, Lagos. Adelabu said the meters were procured under the World Bank-funded Distribution Sector Recovery Program and must be installed for consumers free of charge, stressing that any demand for money would be treated as an offense. He explained that in a couple of years, every household, business and institution would be fully metered and collections in the power sector would become more transparent, fair and just. The minister added that it would be also improve the readiness of electricity consumers to pay their bills, leading to improved liquidity in the sector. Hundreds of people have fled their homes in the Spurong informal settlement near the gold mining town of Randfontein in South Africa. Reports say the Spurong families are now living in a local community hall in Randfontein, with the police saying they will step up operations to flush out the illegal miners known as Zamas. Local leaders have called for the army to be sent in. Illegal mining has been linked to organized crime, assassinations, and extortions, leading to government to launch a nationwide crackdown some 2 years ago. A South African Human Rights Commission says the Spurong situation reflects a broader and troubling pattern experienced by many mining-affected communities. The clandestine artisanal miners, many from neighboring countries, have become an entrenched presence in the shanty towns that ring Johannesburg and its satellite settlements along the Gold Reef. And in sports, former two-time UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya has expressed openness to competing on the UFC White House card in June, but insists he wants real mixed martial arts fans in attendance. The Nigerian-born New Zealand resident, who faces Joe Pyfer at UFC Seattle on March 28, said he would only be interested in the historic event if genuine MMA enthusiasts could watch the fight live rather than just political dignitaries. Speaking to Ariel Helwani, Adesanya said the venue's prestige was less important to him than the atmosphere and connection with the audience. Adesanya, who is currently on a 3-fight losing streak, has made it clear that his fighting motivations have changed as he enters the later stages of his career. Rivers State is the treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. That's our news at 3. I am Catherine Abel. Thanks for watching and have a lovely weekend.